investigates, Mikey. When it comes to shedding pounds, a lot of people will do just about anything, especially if you're really getting up there.
Yeah, but Juliet, would you put steel balls behind your ears?
Oh.
So you want to lose some weight, but do so without dreaded diets? Well, maybe, just maybe, there might be an answer. It's called Acupressure Hunger Control. The trick, according to its founders, are 16 biologically active hunger control points located behind your ears. These hunger points are activated by balls, 16 in all, 8 of them attached behind each ear. According to those who swear by their skinny results, the bearers of these tiny steel balls are able to follow a strict dietary program without any difficulty. They're not hungry, though you do need to rotate the balls every 10 days. But the good news is the results supposedly should happen quickly. The press material that comes with the program claims clients can expect to lose 5 to 10% of their excess weight within the first 10 days.
Some serious claims, but does it work? Our next guest, Steve, weighed 350 pounds when he started the acupressure program.
Wow.
This is what he looked like at about 350. In 4 months, he says he lost over 100 pounds by doing this program. So let's take a look at what he looks like now. That's what he was then. Come on out, Steve.
Well, he looks good.
Wow.
Steve. Wow. You're getting a standing ovation from one of our guests. Hi, Steve.
Hey, Steve, come on over here.
Come on over here, have a seat. You're looking sharp. My man.
You.
But first of all, how'd you get to 350 to begin with?
Eating everything I can see and think of. I love to eat.
You're from the South. You probably love all those fried food.
Fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, and greens. That was my favorite meal, and whenever I could think of something to eat, I would eat it.
Well, until you started losing weight, did you even know why were you feeling horrible physically?
Well, of course, I was...
No energy.
You know, no energy, out of breath, sweat a lot, had sleep apnea, had high blood pressure.
Yeah, but one of the sweet things you did was you apologized to your wife, Cynthia, who's in the audience. Why did you apologize to her?
Because for years, her and my kids were always on me about my weight and everything, and I knew I was overweight. Yeah. But I really didn't realize how big I was until I got on the program and started losing weight.
And how effective.
When I realized how big I was, I actually had to apologize to her for putting her through what I put her through over the years.
So you found out about this acupressure program. It's a program, and some might call it a diet. The person who is here representing the program doesn't call it a diet, but we'll get to him in a second. But how did you find out about this program? And did you think, well, this sounds like a wacky kind of thing, putting little steel balls behind my ears? And
actually, I did. My brother told me about the program, and and he was drilling to me, is no hard exercises, no drugs, no needles, and really just no expensive foods and stuff to buy. And, my family had tried to get me to try this bariatric surgery thing. And I knew people personally who had died from that, and some of the side effects they had afterward. I wasn't going to try that.
So you're giggling on the way out of the office. I'm putting steel balls behind my ears. What do you think's going on here? It works for you. Why do you think it works?
Well, it's based on pressure points behind the ear. Now, when I was in the office and he was telling me about the pressure points and about the food you eat, as a matter of fact, he was saying, you got to eat 1.5 pounds of fruits and vegetables, and you got to force yourself to eat it. I'm like, this guy's crazy. When I go shopping, walking through the grocery store, I can eat 1.5 pounds of fruits and vegetables.
I do that too.
And so I'm saying he's just trying to psych me out, and I'm saying this must be one of those psychological things. I said, so I'm going to show him that it don't work.
So you put the balls on, went home. Were you hungry the next day?
Well, it was like a day and a half later, because I went during the middle of the day. A day and a half later, when I got to work, I usually eat me my big 4-egg omelet and plate full of hash browns from the greasy spoon around the corner.
Bacon.
And I sat there and I was like, I'm not hungry.
Because you had little silver balls behind your ears?
Yes.
Daniel Radinsky is the
I
chief
have them
operating...
on now because I want to show the world my balls.
Well.
Daniel Radinsky is all about the balls. She's the chief operating officer of the the Sadkin complex where Steve had this done. We're laughing. You say this is a legitimate way for people to lose weight. And I do understand that the whole concept behind acupressure and acupuncture,
Right.
but why is this working for these folks?
Yeah.
America, you have to have balls to lose weight. Dr. Sadkin discovered an amazing method. He's a genius in every word. He's discovered a method. He found points behind your ears that stimulate hunger control within the hypothalamus. There's an area called part of your brain that answers for the appetite, where the signals that you produce by stimulating these points block the hunger whatsoever.
But he's lost a heck of a lot of weight in form. The results can't be that typical.
We all know diets don't work. We all see advertising of the diets that say results are not typical. Well, guess what? With us, results are typical.
But you're eating, I mean, one of the days, you have to kind of alternate. You're eating 1.5 pounds of vegetables for a couple days, and then you're drinking whole milk. That's it for a couple days.
Well, let me start by saying...
I mean, I might lose weight, too, because I think I would probably be sick to my stomach.
And you would starve. Absolutely. You would starve if you didn't have those little steel balls behind your ears, which are just a tool. And if you were not stimulating them, and if you were not controlling your hunger, you would starve, per se.
How soon can you take the balls off?
As soon as you're done. When you go down to your... Steve keeps going and going and going and going.
All right, we got to talk to our panel about this. We have, of course, you know him, Dr. Mark Siegel. He's an internist at NYU Medical Center. And we also have dietitian Tanya Zuckerbrot. What say you, Doc, about this?
First of all, I don't have a problem with acupuncture or acupressure, but the idea that this is somehow behind the ear connected to the hunger center of the brain, it doesn't work scientifically. They studied this at the Obesity Research Center at Columbia University. They did a beautiful randomized trial on this. They found it was no different than placebo. This is a placebo effect. Now, the only side effect of this is the $400 you're spending on this that you could be spending to go to an exercise.
He's lost weight, though.
Well, it worked for him because of placebo. In other words, it's suggestion to the brain rather than anything really neurological.
You know what? I want to refute that because that's what I thought at the beginning, and that was my purpose to actually start it, to show them that it wouldn't work and to satisfy my wife and family because they were on me, and my whole purpose was to defeat it mentally. And I found myself not hungry. It was not a placebo. It was not no brainwashing or anything like that. It worked. As a matter of fact, when I got to work and was not hungry for my omelet and my hash brown, I started meditating on food. I started meditating on that fried chicken and macaroni and cheese to try to make myself hungry. It did.
Steve, you're making me hungry.
Work.
Well, the science would say it's a placebo effect, and also I'm concerned about the lack of exercise. I'd like to see exercise.
Dr. Siegel,
Tanya?
let me, no disrespect, but in all reality, you just dissed 2,000-year-old method of acupuncture that's been around for so many years.
I have no problem with. It's using
this is exactly the same thing. It works, 20 years of experience.
What about a nutritionist here? I can hear you right now that you think that he's starving his body.
I don't even know where to begin. I mean, I have so many concerns with this program. Number one, you're only supposed to eat between the hours of 12 and 7. You're cutting out breakfast. Breakfast jumpstarts your metabolism for the day. The reason you've lost weight, whether it's psychological or physiological, is the fact that this is a very low-calorie diet, VLCD, which is any diet that produces less than 1,000 calories of intake. Of course you're losing weight. You have 2 days of just fruits and vegetables, and then the third day is high-fat dairy products, not even low-fat dairy. The fat in dairy, in milk and yogurt, is saturated fat. That is the fat that clogs your arteries and typically increases your risk factors for cardiovascular disease. So no breakfast. That's one of my greatest concerns. And they talk about no eating after 7. What if you work
late
shift?
A lot of people say that they would, they're going to do a diet, they're going to lose weight however they can, and once they lose that weight, then they'll be healthy. Then they'll start doing
Your arteries could be clogged by then. You really got to
And not just that, but what happens when you go off the program?
Before I went on this diet, I had high blood pressure. I had high cholesterol. I had sleep apnea.
Because you've lost the weight. That's the reason you got rid of all that.
With any low-calorie diet, those will be the
Before I
effects.
lost all the weight, within 9 days, my sleep apnea was gone. My doctor had suggested me go on that breathing thing.
You're not
I didn't think that breathing thing was sexy, and so I wouldn't go for it.
Yeah.
But after like 9 days, my wife told me, you're not snoring anymore. I was energized in the morning. Right now, halfway through the program, because I didn't really trust it, at first I told you that from the beginning, I went to my doctor. halfway through, he ran all the cardio, the EKGs,
We know you're a believer, Steve.
Are you?
We got it.
You're not paid by this company to say this stuff.
Not a dime.
You promise me?
And the cholesterol
Promise.
is gone.
Okay.
Both good and
Do the
bad
research out there, folks.
Good.
We've told you about it. Now do your research.
And we'll give you some more information on our website, mjshow.com. Thank you guys. Good seeing you. Thank you guys for joining us. Congratulations on your